Here we go.
On the rouge.
And welcome back to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, or at least the seasons we've watched so far. I'm your host, superjollymac, and I'm joined by my brother and co-host that doesn't want to get in on the gag, DonTheVan.
My bad. I missed the mark.
So let's dive into all the Toku chaos we love. Grab your drivers, your changers, your what are they called in Hurricaneger? Yeah, I think they're just changers. Cue the theme songs and let's get right into it. How you doing?
I'm good. It's been a weekend. I've been sleeping a lot today.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah. Nah. I had to get stuff done.
Well.
I was tired.
Yeah.
It was hard. Yeah. But I mean, it's been a pretty good weekend. How was your weekend?
Not too bad. Also got a lot of stuff done. Finally got the Christmas stuff put up. Mostly. There's still like 2-3%, maybe 5% that I am finding after the fact, after I've packed everything up. So now it's like, okay, let's find one more box for everything and then wait for like a week, put everything in there, and then put it where everything else is. And hopefully next year I'll get it all packed up where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. Or you could just leave it out. I mean, Christmas year round sounds cool.
I mean, I have Halloween decorations that I'm keeping out, so we'll see.
Hey, your house will be like the holiday house. Nothing gets put away. All you do is add to the decoration.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's go ahead and get into it. What have you been playing?
Honestly, nothing since we last spoke. I played some Arc Raiders with our other brother and some of my friends. I was thinking about getting back into Resident Evil. I still need to play 3 before 9 comes out. But I don't know if my time will allow me to make more videos, more gaming videos. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might be able to figure it out. But nothing quite too crazy. I was thinking about playing Ratchet and Clank too, or Kingdom Hearts. One of the two. Yeah. What you been playing?
Nothing. I started trying to do. They're not really trials. I don't know what they call them, but there's Arcadia. There's something that happens at the end of 14. There's basically like a Coliseum. It's this side mission. And I'm trying to get along in that, and then everything else that got released in the expansion. But other than that, I haven't had too much time. So I haven't been playing anything else. I wanted to get further in, what is it? Ghosts of Yote, but I did not have time to do that. So hopefully this week I can knock some more out of that and finish that one.
Yeah, that is a long game, I've heard.
Super
long. Yeah. I haven't even played it since I last played it, which was a while ago.
Yeah. So I really want to get through it, but I'm probably like halfway, maybe a little bit further than halfway, because I like to do some of the side stuff beforehand. But
I mean, you have to.
Yeah. Especially this one, I feel like you really have to, but it's still fun. I mean, I enjoyed it, and it's just like exploring. I get too caught up in the exploring and just staring at everything. So, but it's a lot of fun.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Normal, I think.
You're supposed to be playing on the hardest difficulty they got.
I ain't got time for that. Sorry, bro. Nah. Ain't got time for that.
Man,
or the patience for that.
Or nothing.
Nope. I will do what I can do. Hey, they should be happy that I'm playing on normal difficulty. Because lately I have been thinking about it. It's like, yo, if I put this on easy, I could just skate through everything.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but I kind of don't want to do that because I do like the battle. It's just even halfway in the game with all the stuff I do have, like you got to be on your guard. I think this one feels like a lot harder than the first one.
It might be. I still haven't played the first one, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, it feels like it's harder than the first one. But maybe it's just that I don't have the right loadout, but I don't know. I'm also not the best at those type of games, but it's a lot of fun. So I really do want to complete it.
Well, you're not the best at those games.
No. Souls games? You gotta memorize patterns and stuff. I can't remember that. Like, bro, what are you doing? And then you gotta have that quick reaction. So you see that glint, and it's like, oh, I gotta do this when that happens. Like, yo, just make it easy for me. That's all I'm saying.
You have to earn it. You have to earn your food.
Or like bump up the time I have to react, because some of those moves are like quick. They do it, and then if you haven't hit the button, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, you gotta learn from your mistakes.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Some of those things, I'm serious. Like you have to hold and release, and it's like as soon as it flashes, they're releasing the attack. So I'm like, how are you supposed to counter it when I have to hold the button and release it? So I got to see it, hold it quick, release it quick. I don't know. So I'm working on it. We'll see.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
Well, yeah.
Okay. What's after this? Music? What
yeah.
have you been listening to?
I have not had time to listen to anything. I could talk about some of the stuff, but that'll probably be more in watching. What about you? You been listening to anything?
Not really. I checked out the songs that you told me about. I checked out, which ones did I check out? I checked out the Illit, the Not Cute Anymore song. That was cool.
Have you not heard that before?
I had never heard that before.
It's on like the shorts all the time. I could see it on there, but people just, or maybe it's just me. I don't know.
That's your algorithm.
Yeah, it's probably
it. I checked out the 7 song by Jungkook and Lotto. I like that one. I played that one a couple of times. I was like, oh yeah, I like this one a lot. Yeah. I like his little harmonies and singing in it. I was like, yeah. And then anything Lotto's on, I just love Lotto so much.
Yeah.
And then I listened to Touch by Cat's Eye. That one's okay.
I mean, it's like K-pop vibe. Strong pop, K-pop vibe. So I mean, yeah, if you're not in the mood for that, it doesn't do it. But that's the type of song it is. There are certain songs, and there's certain times I want to get. And I don't know. There's certain K-pop songs that don't follow that mold, but that feels like a very K-pop-y song, like girl group, K-pop girl group. Yeah. Yeah.
It does a lot. But my favorite one was the 7 song. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
I like the way he was singing. I said, yeah. I said he's singing. I like it. So
yeah.
That's about it though, as far as listening. I didn't have time to listen to too much either.
So, yeah, there was one song I just heard because I was playing Gloomhaven, and we just wrapped up. I don't think it's going to show up on this. Yeah, it's not going to show up on here because I was playing it on the screen behind me. But there was like a Japanese rap song that was pretty funny. I don't remember who did it. It wasn't someone that I was used to listening to, but it was pretty good. And the video was pretty funny. But that's it. Yeah. More next week. Or actually, we can transfer into watching, and I can start off because I have watched... I watched a little bit more of Spy Family season 3. Not feeling the opening, but I really wasn't feeling Kura Kura until like a couple of listens. But this one, well, I don't know. It's not bad. It's just mellow. And I think that's kind of what they're doing with the season. Yeah. Have you watched any of season 3?
No.
Yeah.
I need to catch up. I think I'll probably try to do that this week. I'll probably try to catch up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how far I'm gonna get in it because winter is packed. So speaking of how
Look, what?
speaking of how packed it is, I also watched the first episode of Sentence to Be a Hero. I don't remember the Japanese title. That was shonen.
Yeah.
It was very shonen. It was pretty. Fantasy vibes, I like. It felt a little generic. The story really kind of came out at the end, and it feels like that's what the hook's going to be. I think a lot of series seem to be having like a very long first episode.
Yeah, I think I noticed that too. My friend was saying it was pretty long too. I haven't seen it yet, but he did mention it was a long episode.
Yeah, it's like a double episode. Uh, One of the other shows I watched also had a very long first episode, but I think it's good because it kind of gets you into flow of things. But we'll see how it goes from there. It wasn't bad. I'm on the fence on whether I would keep watching it or not, but I will probably give it a couple another episodes to see how I like it. Other than that, I don't remember what else I watched. What about you?
Actually didn't get a chance to watch too much. Oh man, I've been busy this week. Like I've been out of the house, so I haven't had too much time to actually watch any shows. I really wanted to though. I wanted to watch the Hell's Paradise season 2. I wanted to start that, and I wanted to
Watch that
start
yet? I do that.
and I wanted to start Fire Force season 3. And also, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch JJK until we get to it. But and then I wanted to watch the other ones that you had mentioned. So, but I didn't get a chance to do that yet. Maybe I'll do that tonight as I try to fall asleep. But yeah, I've been out in the city running errands.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Oh, I also watched that first episode of Free Run. It started the other day, and it's more Free Run, so I'm in for it. Catchy opening and closing, moods throughout. I like it.
Yo.
I'm in for season 2. Let's go.
Season 2. Okay, I gotta watch season 1 then.
Yeah. Okay. Free Run is a mood. I like it.
I feel like I'm gonna like with all of these shows. I feel like I'm gonna have to get a notebook and write down my thoughts about these shows as I'm watching them, so that I can come back and give like actual good, like good recaps when we talk about it. So you know what I'm saying.
We can see.
I think I might do that. I might go to Barnes and Noble tomorrow and get like a nice pretty notebook or something.
Yeah, I got a couple of them, but yeah, I think that's all the extra stuff I watched this week.
Yeah. Mainly I watched our stuff for this week. That's pretty much it. So, next week should be packed though. Next week should be good. This segment probably gonna be a lot longer next week.
Yeah.
So I guess we can get into anime then.
Let's go.
Straight into it. Excuse me as I hiccup a little bit. All right, so you guys already know the drill. We're talking about that sweet Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely on episodes 11 and 12. Obviously, spoilers ahead. So if you haven't watched it, just pause us, go watch it, come back. We'll be here, maybe, unless we move. Who knows? So episode 11, we got narrow-minded, which we're picking up right where we left off. Nanami is getting serious because my guy said he's in overtime and he does not like to do that. He's trying to clock out on time when he leaves and enjoy the rest of his life. But Maito is getting serious because he sees that Nanami is increasing his power level by 50,000. And he's giving real jabber vibes. Like he's really starting to kind of become very like unhinged or I don't know. He's just excited about the mayhem, and I was like, yeah, this is very much jabberish. Um, so they're kind of like going back and forth. My Nanami ends up cutting off Mahito's leg, and he just leaves. He's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and leave now. You take care of that leg and everything like that. If we meet again, we'll fight. If you live, all that good stuff. Deuces. And so he bounces, and then the ceiling falls on Mahito. Aura level is like through the roof right now for Nanami. And this is when we cut to Yuji, and Yuji has a halt to halt with Junpei, and they kind of bond over movies since obviously Yuji had to watch a whole lot of movies for his training. They ended up seeing like the same type of movies and whatnot. And so as they're bonding, Junpei's mom kind of shows up, which is random, but hey, whatever. And she invites Yuji over to dinner because, again, Yuji's just so personable. Everybody loves Yuji. Um, even the cursed spirits. It's so weird. Everybody loves Yuji. And then after she invites him to dinner, we see Geto meeting up with Mahito after the ceiling collapsed on him, and Mahito realizes that he can change the shape of his soul to stay alive in pretty much almost any situation. And so they just have like a little small talk, and we kind of realize, or no, we cut to Nanami kind of giving a. mm, I don't want to say synopsis, but kind of an overcap of him meeting Mahito, and he kind of says that Mahito seems like a younger spirit than Jogo and Hanami. Uh, Hinami. I forget how to
Hanami.
pronounce Hanami. I have it spelled wrong. Then I have the A and the I in the wrong spot. But he pretty much says that Mahito hasn't been, it wasn't that long ago since Mahito was born, and if Mahito figures out how to do innate domain or expanded domain just the same way as Jogo, then he'll be a force to be reckoned with. And so we cut to Junpei's mom, well, having dinner with Yuji and Junpei, and it's all great. It's all good. Junpei's mom gets lit and she passes out. So Junpei and um Yuji pretty much have like another heart to heart. They've been having a lot of heart to hearts lately, but they talk about whether or not Yuji can like kill somebody, and Yuji's like, no, I don't want to do that because that'll change like inherently change how I view life and the value of it. And so that was pretty cool. And then like immediately after that, Junpei's mom dies because she finds a finger of Sukuna and everything like that. And so we cut a little bit to we cut ahead to Geto and Mahito pretty much planning to trap a high school inside of I forget what it's called. It's a barrier. They did say the name, and I think I do have it written down somewhere. It's in my lore sheet, which
Veil,
I
I
have.
think.
Yeah, it's a veil. Yeah, it's not in my lore sheet. I quickly abandoned that lore sheet after the first two episodes. I might go back and try to flesh it out, but yeah, that thing has seen no love. But they pretty much go over their plan to, well, they put a veil over the high school, and then they reveal that they planted Sukuna's finger at Junpei's house, which is why his mom died. But they're manipulating Junpei by saying like, oh, somebody in the school planted that, and it's so easy for somebody to find a cursed object to kill somebody. So they're manipulating Junpei because they want to get to Yuji and Sukuna. And so they pretty much have Junpei ready to just take out the whole high school. And so Yuji shows up and he tries to stop Junpei from killing one of his classmates that he thinks planted the finger at his house. And that is episode 11. What'd you think of it?
I liked it a lot. Nanami is like peak right there. Like he just elevates himself so high. They
Mm-hmm.
start out the episode and it's like, okay, like they ended the episode and it was like, all right, next episode it's about to get on. And then when they start, it's like, okay, his power is like shooting up. He's about to hit his like next level. And you're like, okay, this is where the fight's gonna go. And then he's just like, nah, I'm I'm not stupid. I'm escaping while I have a chance and regrouping. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the smart move. Okay, okay, yeah, I like that. But that was a fun little rug pull.
Yeah.
Uh, I
I
liked
like
all of the
engine.
yeah. To just be like, well, no, engine's like useless. We haven't seen him do much, but
We did.
yeah. But I like Junpei's mom showing up and learning all about her. She was only in there for like what 3 minutes, and I already
Yeah.
like felt her death hard. I was like, nah, how you gonna do her like that, man?
Yeah.
So I was partly on board with Junpei. I'm like, yeah, just murk them all. I don't know, not all of them, because it was like, yo, you getting set up, man. But I don't know, it was all right. But
Yeah.
I really liked it. I think they did a good job giving Junpei that motivation really quickly. Um,
Yeah.
so I we learn enough about him and his family and his background where I'm like, yeah, that's probably something he would do. Um, yeah,
Yeah. He seems like he'd be a perfect friend for Yuji, to be honest. So
yeah. I mean, Yuji seems like he could get along with a lot of people. Um,
yeah, well, everybody except for Shigeru. But yeah.
even for Shigeru. Um,
Yeah.
but and we do have one little gripe I have with this freaking show, but we'll get to it probably next, not next JJK episode, probably like 2 or 3 episodes from now. We'll have to wait for the switch, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, because they did me dirty.
Oh
They did me
man.
dirty.
No.
But all right,
Dang. No, I like this one too. I think it's cool to one when they're explaining their abilities and just kind of getting an assessment like from I guess Mahito's introduction. You would think that he's been there like a long time, but to find out that no, he's a relatively new spirit in comparison to Jogo, who you just saw fight Gojo. And it's like, oh man, so Jogo is that strong, and Mahito is like, I mean, he seems like he's pretty strong right now. It's like I can't imagine what it's gonna be like later on to fight him and everything like that. Um, but it's cool to also see him figuring out how to use his powers and whatnot. Like Nanami was saying, he's just kind of figuring it out as he goes, and I think it's cool to see a character grow in that aspect, the same way like Yuji is growing and whatnot. So, and it's also interesting to see like really quick character development with Junpei. Like Junpei is like Loki getting like a full character arc, like 2
yeah,
episodes.
yeah, they did a
So
very good job filling all that stuff in. Even his mom,
yeah,
literally like 5 minutes, and you're like, okay.
yeah. That's a good character, man. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no way. I was like, why her?
Mm-hmm.
Why her? You could have did anybody. But man, but yeah, no, I'm enjoying this too, and it's nice to. It's like the little things, like the payoff of Yuji watching the movies, and then how that relates to Junpei, and like them able to talk about it, and it's just like, haha, that's funny. I like the callback, even though it just happened like 2 episodes ago. It's like I like the callback, so no, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the storytelling, so it's not
Yeah.
too bad. Anything else for 11?
Nope. I think that's it for episode 11.
All right, we're gonna go to 12. To you someday. This one I kind of want to call it like a montage of scenes. Like, I mean, I it's like a flashback, but it's not a flashback. This is I guess it is a flashback. This is like before Yuji gets to the high school to stop Junpei, and it's like kind of like a collage ish of scenes of the other sorcerers trying to stop him from going to the school, and they're kind of trying to explain like the situation. Um and I think Yuji has like a flashback of I guess people telling him to help others and like of him trying to like kind of having like a moral dilemma of like, well, do I stay and do nothing or do I go and help out like I want to? And so obviously he ends up going because he ends up at the high school to fight Junpei. And so this is when we get to Junpei, who has a Shikigami. He has a jellyfish Shikigami. The jellyfish part is important to me, so I'm going to mention it because I like jellyfish. But he's learned how to use the jellyfish Shikigami from Mahito, who pretty much teaches him how to manifest and the powers of it. So Junpei is fighting Yuji, and Yuji is proving hard to stop. So I guess Junpei's Shikigami or his power is like his Shikigami like produces a type of poison that poisons his enemies and whatnot. So he's trying to use it against Yuji, but it's not really working too well. Uh, and then like they're fighting, and Yuji's trying to like hit Junpei like directly because that's the advice that Gojo gave him when he said whenever he's fighting a sorcerer that uses Shikigami, he was like just attack the sorcerer directly. And then at a certain point, they're talking and Junpei is like really kind of letting his feelings show, and Yuji's feeling very compassionate and sentimental. So he lets Junpei attack him, and then he's like, "Yo, I see that you're hurting and whatnot." And he's like, "I don't want you to like kill people, so like just talk to me." And he approaches Junpei gently and shows him some compassion, and Junpei like opens up and explains like what happened. And this is when Yuji is like that's terrible, but this isn't the way to go. He's like, yo, come to Jujutsu High with us. We'll teach you how to use your powers, and then we'll find whoever is responsible for offing your mom and whatnot. And it looks like Junpei is really considering this. And then dun dun dun, this is when Mahito shows up at the top of the steps, and he just is like ha 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 ha, ha. And then he attacks Yuji, and then he just upright just transfigures Junpei. Like, yeah, bro, it was real. But it's interesting because like Junpei's like, oh no, Mahito's not a bad person, and then like he like pauses, he's like a person, he's not a person, and then that's when like Mahito's like, yeah, you're a little too smart for your own good. But blah, 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 blah. But he transfigures Junpei and this pretty much crushes Yuji. So Yuji like kind of calls on Sukuna to heal Junpei and says he'll do anything, he'll agree to any terms or whatever that Sukuna wants. And Sukuna refuses, mainly because they already made their pact, and Yuji doesn't remember that they made their pact, and he's kind of reveling in the fact that he actually doesn't remember. Which is interesting because Mahito is also amused. And he's like, yo, this is all going apart according to plan. So the whole plan was basically to have them manipulate Junpei and get him to befriend Yuji and have Yuji show up so that they can get him to call in Sukuna so that he can make a pact. But they don't know that they already made a pact. So like Mahito's kind of like trying to figure out. He's like, "Yo, why isn't he making a pact? Why doesn't Sukuna want to help?" And he's like going back and forth with that. But anyways, I digress. Mahito is laughing, and so is Sukuna, but Yuji's not having any of it, and he goes to attack Mahito, but Mahito thinks he's safe. Um, excuse me. But Mahito thinks he's safe, but Yuji attacks him, and like Mahito's like, "Yo, you can't hurt me," as he proceeds to get hurt. And then he's like, "Yo, how are you doing this?" And then he realizes, "Oh snap! Like he's a vessel housing another soul, Sukuna soul." So it's like, oh, he's like hyper aware of like the outline of his soul, and he's like, that means he can attack me and hurt me and stuff like that. And so Yuji is livid, and he's like he vows to kill Mahito, which goes against his innate character. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that kind of affects him moving throughout the series. And so Mahito still tries to get Yuji to form a pact with Sukuna as they fight. And this literally like goes into some epic battle between Mahito and Yuji. And this kind of like culminates with uh Yuji like approaching Mahito to attack him, and then Mahito transfiguring himself to kind of like hold Yuji in place, and then he tries to transfigure Yuji by touching his soul, but it's two souls. Sukuna's in there, and Sukuna intervenes, and he's like, "Hey, yo, bro, what you trying to do touching me? Oh, why you trying to touch me, bro? I ain't do nothing to you, but don't do it again. Like if you do it again, we're gonna have some issues, and there won't be another time." He's like, "Thank you, come again." And so he lets him go, and then Mahito's kind of like frozen, and then Yuji's like, "Yeah, bro, I'm still mad," and like he starts like headbutting him and all that good stuff, and then Mahito goes behind him and is about to attack him, but then our main man Nanami shows up, and him and Yuji plan to double team Mahito and get down to business. Since Nanami can't attack him, but Yuji can, but Nanami is good enough to like distract him to create openings for Yuji. So that's their plan, and this is where the episode ends. How'd you feel about episode 12?
I liked. Well, I like 12. A lot more action.
Mhm.
This is where they did me dirty.
What you
So,
mean?
crap. What's his name?
Which
Junpei.
one?
Junpei.
Jin-
So the opening has Junpei and Yoji like in their uniforms and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
They're going to end up recruiting Junpei. They're going to be buddies or whatever. And then when they just killed him like that, I was like, ah, okay. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I was like, ah, man, but I like it because it's like, okay, they give you like, actually, I don't think this opening really gives you too much. So it's like
Mm.
little, I don't think any of their openings are basically telegraphing the entire series, which I love because I wish more shows did it that way. But I digress. I did like how they did the flashback. This show seems to like a lot, which I get because they end on this big event. And then they're like, yeah, all right, the first part of the show, we're going to cut back like 5 minutes and show you how the lead up to that big event happened. And then we're going to do that big event again and give it to you twice. And it works. So I'm like, okay, keep it up. You know what I'm saying? But I do like how they go back a little bit, then give you like the deep dive on how everything happened. And then they just get to business. So I like that. The only thing I wasn't sure about was the whole, I think Mahito said that can you only make one pact with somebody?
Uh,
That I'm curious about. So maybe let's
I
see
don't.
what the lore says. Because
I don't know
if
if they
not,
said they can make one pack though.
yeah, because Sukuna could have taken over Yoji. So it's like, why didn't he then? Um, so it's, if he can only do one pact, then it makes sense because he's already got the pact. Because if he could just do whatever he wanted, why not take that? Because then you don't even have like the killing limits and all of this other stuff. So that was interesting. I'm gonna definitely keep my ear out for more information on that as we go. And then Mahito touching Yoji and then seeing Sukuna, and Sukuna's just like, hey man, we were having a good time, both laughing at this idiot. But you come in here? No, that's not gonna happen. You need to leave right now, and I don't need to see you again. And if I see you again, we're gonna have problems. Like that was
Yeah.
pure Sukuna. Like, okay, I like it. I like this episode. And then Nanami coming in right at the end when Yoji's about to get it. Like, I like that too. It's like, okay, Nanami with the shit save. Let's go.
Yeah. I agree. I will say, I mean, I think they can make more than one pack. I think that the reason why Sukuna didn't help this time was because he didn't want to. 'Cause he asked him, he was like, "I'll do anything you want." He was like, I don't feel like it." Like, he just kind of didn't want to. And
Yeah.
like he was just kind of like reveling in the fact that he was like groveling and asking, especially
Yeah.
since like the interaction they had when they did make the pack and everything like that. It was like, yeah, he's like, I feel like he thinks that Yuji is like smug and everything. So he just was kind of like enjoying the moment of him groveling and asking and begging. Cause like I think he said something along the lines, but yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't feel like it. So it was just something like that. But I think they can make more than one pack. Nobody said you can only make one. They just said you can't break a pack if you make it.
Yeah. So,
That's the only thing I heard. But I'll keep my ear out for it too.
yeah.
Um, yeah. But yeah, no, this man. I mean, I kind of wish that Junpei did survive and like make it to the make it to Jujutsu. I feel like it would have been cool to see his development, but I mean, it's also still just as interesting to see Yuji kind of be broken and to see how it's going to affect his character since he's been pretty gung ho about his stance. So it's interesting to see how this affects him moving forward. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But he's going through a lot.
Yep.
He's going through a lot. So and like also Mahito has been like literally since he hit him, he was like, oh my god, he's my natural enemy.
Yeah.
Like I was like, all right.
That whole
Mahito's just
scene
out
with
here
him
looking
jumping
for
back and like, yeah, okay, we're having fun. And then like seeing the blood go down. And he's like, wait, what?
yeah.
That actually hurt me?
He said, well, I'll be. So it's pretty cool. So and I do remember um I was wondering, I was like, when did this whole like natural enemy thing start? And it's like, oh, okay, this is it. This is it. I forgot that I didn't realize the first time watching this that Mahito's power like worked that way with like souls. I thought if he just touched you, it was just him changing like your body or something. But to know that it's your soul, and then like a lot of people aren't in tune with it, which makes Yuji like a perfect like enemy. I was like, oh, that's why he's a perfect enemy. It's because he's in tune with his soul because of Sakuna and being a vessel and actually having to be aware of that. It's like it actually makes perfect sense now. So it's like it's cool to get that re-up on information and realization. So this was a really good episode. It was very action packed. It was a cool fight scene between both of them, Junpei and also Mahito with Yuji. So I'm eager to see how this turns out with Nanami in the mix now. Yes, sir. It's about to get wicked. So yeah. Yeah, anything else to add to 12? Are you predicting anything for like later on in the season?
No, because I already know what's going to happen. So can't predict anything right now at this point.
Okay.
But I'm here for it. Let's go.
Alright. Yeah. All right, same. Well, that concludes the anime section because that's all I got. The intro's still bumping, outro still bumping, electric feel. Let's go. But yeah, that's it for anime. We can go to Toku.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start with the Toku section of the evening. We'll start with Hyakusen. Oh man, I went way past there. Ninpuu Sentai, Hurricaneger. We're not going back to Hyakusentai.
No, please don't. Please, for the love of God, don't do that.
So today we're going to go through episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12. Spoilers ahead for all of those episodes. Let's start with Scroll 9. The Thunder Brothers and the Hourglass. Ikazuchi Kyoudai to Tsunadoke. So I also wanted to add the opening theme is of course good, but there's also this little scene where they have the hamster, Kancho or whatever. They just have a shot of him flash by, and that was hilarious. I think they've changed it, like a couple episodes they've changed it so there's like a couple of heads coming in, but at the beginning it was just the hamster flying across the screen. I was like, okay, that's ridiculous. But we start with Go Rider arriving at Chikanja and teaming up with Chuzabo, who sends down a cicada monster, Kutsuku, who attacks people with cloned cicadas, and then they kind of disappear. And then we cut over to the Rangers, who are trying to figure out what it is. None of them or Oboro or the hamster sensei know what it is, so they're trying to figure out how they can find clues. Yosuke thinks he can go to the Go Riders and ask them some questions to find out more about it. And then he kind of tries to convince them that they should join their side and help protect the Earth as well. They're not about that, so they end up getting into an argument, and then the blue one transforms and starts fighting, telling Yosuke to transform, but he doesn't. Meanwhile, the other rangers start going after Kitsuku. Chibozo say they need 100 humans, and then he's like, time is running out, you gotta hurry up. And that's all we see. We see an hourglass that he tips over, and he's like, we got to get 100 humans there, and we got to do it quickly. They get the final human, as Nanami and Kota track down Kutsuku and start chasing after him. They find the transported humans, and then Kutsuku, who reveals that the plan, he reveals their whole plan, and then they're about to finish him off when the Go Rider arrive and transform. While Kitsuku starts chanting a spell to kind of take over the humans. The Go Rider are about to defeat Nanami and Kota when Yosuke shows up and transforms. He's like, okay, now I'm going to transform and fight. He fights back, but the Go Rider come back. He does a good job fighting, but then the Go Rider kind of come back and then start defeating all of them. And as they're about to kind of do the finishing blow, Kutsuku dies. Just suddenly, because his lifespan is over. That's when we find out that because he's a cicada, he has a short lifespan. So just as they're about to win, he dies. Windinu shoots her bazooka and revives him in giant form, and then the Rangers end up defeating him again pretty easily. Then the Rangers realize they're no match for the Go Rider. So Yosuke kind of says they need to train some more, and then they go off and do that. But that's the end of the episode. What did you think?
Dude, like the cicada dying in the middle of him chanting was just like it was crying. I said, huh. I said it's just gonna go out like that. I said, well, you win some, you lose some, I guess.
I was know.
Like, I thought the time clock hourglass thing was for something else, and the whole time was just his lifespan.
I honestly don't know why I wasn't more angry at it, but it was like, I was like, okay, like, okay.
Like, it was a twist. I did not I didn't expect it. I think that's why I'm not mad at it, because I was like, I did not actually see that coming. Everybody was surprised. I said, wait. Everybody said, wait, what happened? And he dude was like, time ran out. Like, I was like, oh, right.
Yeah. And it was getting to that point. I was like, man, I don't know how they're gonna save all these guys. They're the cicada are growing and growing, and they're getting older and older. I was like, are they just gonna let him die? And then it just stops. I was like, what? Why does he just stop? And he's like, he's a cicada. I was like, oh, I mean, okay.
I guess that makes sense.
So,
hey, that was funny.
That
was good, man. This episode was good. See, I feel like I don't even know. Maybe it's because it makes sense. Maybe that's why it makes sense, and it's not like too outlandish. You know, it's outlandish, but it's not. It's not.
It
too
is
much in the.
So I think we can get into it here, but I think the reason this worked, like, I don't know, it's just over the top, but everything kind of matches, so it works. It's like, is it the Ginzu Force? Not Ginzu. From Dragon Ball? What were they?
Oh, the Ginyu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're characters of the whole thing, and this is almost like a character of it. I don't know, it's not so over the top. It's just over the top enough where it's like funny, and I'm in for the ride. They kind of match what they're supposed, like, that's the vibe I think I would get from a Sentai show or a Power Ranger show, and I'm just like, okay, I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think that's what it is. It's just the tone matches. Like it's the tone matches. It's not like a whole bunch of different tones trying to fight for dominance inside of the show. It's like, no, it's all one tone and it matches and it all goes together. That's why I think that's why it works.
Yeah.
As and in like the last show.
And they're at least consistent, I think. And I think that takes them a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that last show, the tone was all over the place. I ain't gonna lie, you know. They were trying to be funny, and
Yeah.
then randomly have a serious moment, and then back to being funny. But then like the funny moment didn't make sense, and it was just like, what? Why?
Yeah.
No, this makes a lot. All the characters are likable too. I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. To me, that
I
makes
thought I
sense.
wouldn't like them, but they're pretty cool. Even Yosuke gets annoying sometimes, but he never goes past like a point where I'm like, I can't stand this dude. It's just like, okay, he's a young kid. I get it.
Yeah.
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 So,
They're all likable. Yeah,
yeah.
it's great. I did like the fact that we got some backstory with the Thunder Rangers. I forget the other name.
Go Rangers.
I don't want to say Go Rangers. Yeah, we got a little bit of backstory with them when Yusuke went to go ask them the questions and everything like that. Um, Still don't know what it is, but you know, we found out that they think whatever it is worth working with the enemy for. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Also, also, they're pretty OP.
Yeah.
They're pretty strong. I don't know how they're gonna beat them, but hey,
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how it goes. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are my thoughts.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and move on to scroll 10. The Thunder God and the Destroyed Valley. Raijin to Horo Biru no Tani. Yeah. So Kota suggests looking for the hidden cave in the Ikazuchi Valley that he heard that the Go Ranger found their changers that they got their powers from. In the meantime, Ohoro works on a new gadget ball for the team. The Go Ranger are working to power up something in a facility that we don't know. I think they might mention that it's the Thunder God they're trying to get working again. And then Sargane and Furabijo are on a mission to steal clues from the Go Ranger. And then they run into the Rangers as they're both kind of sneaking around the island or the valley, I guess it is. Sargane faces off against the three while B just takes a break and has her little snack time. The Go Ranger come running after they hear the noise. So Jakanja run away while they hide to try to avoid being spotted. But the Go Ranger already know they're there. Meanwhile, the three Rangers transform, and then the Go Rangers transform, and then they summon new bikes, even though they're right next to the Rangers. And then they use those bikes to kind of attack the Rangers, and they defeat them. And then they reveal that they know that the Jakanja are just hiding behind the rocks as well. And then they revealed their shinobi machines to everybody. The Rangers then call out their shinobi machines, and then they all face off. They get beat down, so they combine. But then the Go Ranger also combined their shinobi machines into a mecha called Go Raijin. Oboro completes the plant axe, and when she tries to send it over to the Rangers, the Go Ranger somehow steal the data and then use the axe to finish off the Rangers. And then the Go Ranger kind of leave the valley saying that they don't need it anymore, so whatever. And they kind of walk off into the sunset. And that is episode 10. What did you think?
Oh man, the Hurricaneers are dead.
Yeah.
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 There's no coming back.
Yeah.
No coming back from this. They're out of here. Finito.
Yeah.
That's the end of the season. It's been a great show watching
It
it.
is
See you guys
now. It is now Ninpuu Sentai Go Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
cross out
exactly.
cross out the other one, Hurricaneger. Cross it out. I put Go Ranger.
Wouldn't it be funny if they actually did that?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it. I like the fact that the Rangers I'll say this, though we've been saying the Go Ranger Go Rangers are, I'm gonna say it wrong every
Go
time.
Ranger.
I'm sorry. Go Rangers are OP. it's been consistent. It's been a consistent OP.
Yeah.
And the power levels of everybody has been pretty consistent, and it's not just like it's not even a creep yet. So it's pretty nice to see that consistent. They're getting their butts handed to them, kind of like Roki did to the other ones. Like I think I would say in Gower Rangers it was all over the place, but they were consistent in letting Roki be like stronger than pretty much everybody else. And I was like, all right, at least somebody is staying consistent, which is why he's my favorite out of the entire show and the saving grace of that show for at least that little segment that they had. And also my man Doman, like his power level was pretty like consistent throughout the whole entirety of Time Rangers. So yeah, I like it. I like how they're pulling from the greats and just bringing it into this show, and it's beautiful. So I do want to give props where it's due. They've been keeping the power level consistent. So when I see the Rangers get beat up and pretty much kicked off their own show, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Also, I don't know how I feel about them having a crush on the Go Rikers, Go Rangers.
Oh, B and Wendinu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go Rider Sama. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
I think
funny.
it's funny.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah,
I
but
agree. I do
I
like
like.
the consistency of it. So
Yeah, that's all I got for it. I do wonder if they're gonna keep stealing data from when they get upgrades or not. So I want to see if that happens again. But
yeah, that seemed kind of weird that they could just steal the plans. It's almost like they're connected somehow, which
would
uh
make sense.
yeah, it would make sense. But they're rival schools, so you figured they'd be on different signals or something like that. That was kind of weird, but I mean, in the end, I'm sure it'll make sense because, of course, they can do that. Um, but I do like how they're consistently strong. I do like how the Hurricangers aren't just like, ooh, we can try harder. And then, well, they do try harder and they sometimes get a little edge, but then they just get beat down again. So
Yeah,
I think they've been pretty consistent. They haven't found like an immediate upgrade for the fight. They're
yeah,
staying in that for a little bit. So I like how they're doing it so far, and I like the flow of the show. Um,
yeah,
the one thing I am wondering about, not even worried about really, is the Jakanja Goranger kind of alliance. That seems like it's not really an alliance, which makes sense. So I'm not even
yeah.
angry at that. So
What do you
that's
mean? I mean, cause like, what do you mean by that? Cause they definitely say like they're just using them.
yeah,
So
but it's like, okay, you guys, why not fight each other? Because the Go Rangers seem to be helping out Jakanja, and Jakanja is like going behind their back to spy on them and stuff. But I guess the Go
yeah,
Ranger aren't really worried about it. So
yeah, they probably expected.
yeah, and they're doing the same thing, I guess they just think they're more powerful, so they don't care.
Yeah, they do seem pretty not aloof, but nonchalant about it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just
I
ultra
mean it
confident.
adds. Yeah, it adds a dynamic to it. I mean, it does make it instead of being static, it adds moving layers and moving pieces to like all of the relationships in the show. So
Yeah,
I don't know. That might be like a C plot.
yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Um, we can keep it moving to scroll number 11, the Dream Eater and Starting Anew. Yumekui to Shai Shupatsu. Sai Shupatsu. So Yusuke, Kota, and Nanami are hurt, and they are in the hospital, passed out since the fight with Chikanja like a couple days ago. Or no, the fight with the Go Rider a couple of days ago. So while the Rangers are in the hospital, Chikanja starts their new plan. Yumebaku is released, and he's causing kids to dream and then turn into stone slowly. Oboro puts the Rangers into the kids' dreams in order to try to help them out. Yosuke has a dream of Wendinu and B feeding him a lot of food while Nanami dreams of being famous. And Kota starts dreaming of just playing around with the kids. As they dream, though, they start turning into stone as well. Kota figures out they are in a dream, and then he transforms and fights by himself. But inside the dream, the Go Rider appear and start beating him down again. And then they try to block him. He eventually overpowers them because he figures out it's a dream, so he has the power to just will it. And then that's what he does. The kids then realize they're all in a dream and kind of wake up, and then they go back to their parents, rockless or stoneless. Then Yumebaku is revived in Kyoudai mode, and the Rangers go in Senpujin, but everything is still broken. So they try to pull out weapons and they try to do certain modes, and then Hamster Master is just like, yeah, that's broken. Yeah, that still needs to be fixed. They end up combining the tools into Goat Hammer and then defeat him. The Go Rider end up seeing them and realize the Rangers are still alive, and then they kind of walk off. And then we kind of have an ending scene with one of the girls that was being turned to stone because of her dream. And I guess she apologizes to her dead dog and then says she's going to go to school. So what did you think of that episode? My first comment was like, wait, she wasn't going to school? And when was this part of the plot? Because I didn't remember that at the beginning. I was like, okay. I remember something about her dead dog because that was part of the dream, but I didn't remember them saying anything about her not going to school or because of the dog.
I don't remember anything about the school either. I don't remember the dog.
So,
I think honestly, I enjoyed this one too. I thought it was hilarious that Yusuke saw Wendigo and D also. I was like, that's an odd dream. I was like, this is literally coming from left field. Okay. I was like, we might need more about this. It seemed like a fanfic type of thing. To be honest.
Yeah.
But I think out of all of them, Nanami's dream made the most sense.
Yeah.
Being a famous singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Kota is playing with kids. Was he playing with them at a school or like on a random hilltop? Because
I think it was just random. Yeah.
It's like why? Why? Yeah, Nanami's made the most sense. So,
yeah, but I think they were all pretty good. Nanami's made the most sense, but Yosuke's was like the most funny. Like he was going hard for the dream. I think they were all fine. And then the Go Rider popping in again and just beating him down. It was like, yo, even in your dreams, yo, watch out. They're coming for you. But I liked it. It felt like a normal Sentai episode, like a weekly one. Yeah. Not too serious. Didn't go into too much lore wise, but like I liked it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think if they end up making the Go Riders join the Hurricanegers, I need them to joke around and be like, yo, we'll beat you up. Like I just need random, just like, you're not safe. Just kidding. You thought I was gonna beat you up.
Yeah.
You fell for it. I just need it. I need it. I really hope that happens.
Yeah.
I hope that happens. That'll make this show like way better.
Yeah. But overall, good episode. I think we can go ahead and finish off the week with Scroll 12, a still frame and father and daughter. Teikotsu to Oyako. We start off this episode with the metal ninja Teikotsu Miba. He's arriving and immediately chased by the Rangers. During the fight, Teikotsu Miba, he's got a long name, dude. Keeps fusing with anything that has metal. So they go into something that has metal. He fuses to a car at one point and some other stuff that has metal. And the fight keeps going on. Meanwhile, Oboro is trying to support the Rangers, but she's kind of getting scolded by her dad. The Rangers end up defeating the monster with the triple gadget. But this time, Nanami is in the front. And this one was where I was like, wait, does the weapon have a different power depending on who is like the lead? And do they change the order? I need to go back and look at the order when they combine into the triple gadget and see if it changes order. Because I did notice hers was first in this one. So can it change like order?
They did it before.
Yeah, I thought they did.
I think they had it where Kota was in the front one time.
Yeah. So I guess it changes the power, and then like I didn't pick up with it the first time, but I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
It's like the second time being in the front. So,
yeah. So it turns the move into like it turns them into a firework that shoots up and then it explodes. And then we kind of see little particles hitting all of the buildings in the city. Then we cut back to Jakanja, and they're kind of giving is it Saigon a hard time. But then he says, yeah, everything's kind of going according to plan. I know it looks weird now, but everything's okay. We cut back to the Rangers. Oboro is congratulating everybody and saying they need to go relax while they have a chance. But Hamster Sensei is like, no, you guys need to be on guard. Just be on guard. You don't know what's going on. So he starts ignoring Oboro, and she grabs him, stuffs him in a little ball, and then like shoots him off. Like, okay. So let's call him Head Hamster. Head Hamster gets picked up by a little girl when he gets shut out. And then the rest of the team goes out and has a good time. They go to the arcade. They're about to go to karaoke. They just go out and eat snacks and have a good time. Head Hamster tries to escape from this little girl, but in the end, he ends up talking to her because she seems like she's lonely and in the apartment by herself. And he tries to explain that her parents actually do love her, and they're doing all of this stuff for her. It's just she may not see it. So, little touching time. Weird coming from a hamster. And he has little sections where he just literally goes squeak, 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 which was pretty funny. So we cut back to the Rangers, and they're like, Oboro, you're kind of acting weird. And then she explains that she feels like her dad is going too hard on her. And then Yosuke reveals that he saw some stuff in her dad's journal about how he wanted to get the fighting over again so he can let her do kind of whatever she wants to do. As soon as that's done, Takotsu Miba reveals himself inside the city and starts absorbing all of the buildings of the city and gets larger and larger. The Rangers head out in their shinobi machines, but then they get stopped by the Go Rider again and Go Raijin. Oboro heads out because she gets a call from her dad that says that he and the girl are kind of stuck in a building that's about to get absorbed. So she rushes out on her bike and tries to go help them. She shoots a kind of a rope line towards where they are. The Rangers end up using a move during the fight because they're getting beat by the Go Rider again, but they use a smoke screen. And then while they're in the smoke screen, they split off, and all of them, or two of them, attack. They basically split up and then attack Go Raijin. Two of them keep them busy while Yosuke shoots ahead and then burns Amoeba until it gets destroyed. And then we have a shot of Oboro just walking out of flames, which is pretty like action movie like 101. And then we find out apparently she's in a ninja too. She graduated ahead of the rest of the Rangers, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
No, excuse me. This episode was hilarious. Well, parts of it. I think her name is Obora when she shot the head hamster. Really?
Head hamster
His
or
name
hamster sensei. Hamster sensei is fine. I don't know. What do you think?
Hamtaro. Let's call him
Hamtaro.
Hamtaro.
No, we have a Hamtaro.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just call him Sensei.
We can call him sensei, but he's really not a sensei. He's like the headmaster. That's why I was like head hamster. But yeah.
Call him Gandalf.
How,
Gandalf. I meant Dumbledore. Gandalf.
hamster door. I don't know. We'll shop it. We'll workshop it.
Hamster door.
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
I'm weak.
Maybe we'll
Yeah,
stick with hamster sensei. We know he's not a
Yeah.
sensei. He's the head.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah.
Samster. No, okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyways, when he got shot, like I was like, oh, she's putting him in a little hamster ball, and then she shoots him into the sky. I said, oh wow, doesn't he like run into like one of like the bad guys and like
Yeah.
like, smacks him with the sword?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what? I was like, he survives this. Ding. But no, this was cool. So I wonder what's gonna happen with Obora. That's her name, Obora.
Oboro.
Oboro. I wonder what's gonna happen with her. Is she gonna like become a ranger now?
I don't know, but apparently she is a ninja. I wonder why she didn't just transform into a Hurricaneger.
I don't know. I'm curious. I don't remember the American Power Rangers too often. Like when they did this one, I think like Ninja Storm it's called. I don't remember too much. So I actually couldn't answer that question. I'm very curious. I think we're getting into the realm of like seasons where I haven't seen the American version of it. So I don't know too much about what's going on at
Yeah.
a certain point. It all becomes kind of fuzzy to me. But I am interested to see what happens. Them kind of defeating the monster and then him coming back to absorb all the buildings I thought was pretty cool. And like old buddy at the headquarters wasn't breaking a sweat. He said, nah, bro, this is all part of the plan. He was supposed to go down or something like
Yeah.
that. he's like relax I got
Yeah.
this. He's not a cicada, I promise. Like, so I like it. I like the dynamic between all of them. So overall for me this was a good episode too.
Yeah, I like the episode. I like the interactions between everybody. This one got a little sappy in there, but I mean, it worked. I was with it. I was surprised at just firing off the hamster, but I mean, what you gonna do? It was fine.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah. And then I do like how, like, as soon as monsters pop up, they just start out the episode like monsters in the city, and then the Rangers are just like, yo, what's up? We're fighting already. Like, that's not the main focus of the episode. It feels like they get a lot done in the episode by doing it that way. So I'm here for it. Like, plan's already in action, so let's get it going.
Yeah. I would say this season of Super Sentai is flowing a lot. It's flowing a lot smoother. Honestly than Time Ranger too. It's flowing very smooth, I would say. I think I like it more than Time Ranger just a little bit. Just a little bit as far as the way it is progressing.
Yeah, I think Time Ranger might have been a little bit slower, but it also felt like they were going kind of like they were telling a story throughout. There wasn't really like episodic. This one feels like pretty episodic, but they have stuff coming in and out. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good. So far so good. Restoring my faith.
Yeah. So I think that's it for this week's Hurricaneger. Pretty good. I'm looking forward to the next batch of episodes. But for now, we can head on to Kamen Rider Ryuki, episodes 9 through 12. We can start out with episode 9. Shinji's arrested. Shinji got Taiho. We start out this episode with Ryuki being attacked by green guy, but his name is Zorda, I think, because that was the title of one of the episodes before, and saying he doesn't want to fight. He keeps screaming, "I don't want to fight! I don't want to fight!" And Zoruda is just like shooting him. And then Zoruda kind of corners him and just kind of beats down his arm and beats him down. But Shinji ends up escaping, but everybody is like, "Where's Shinji? He's supposed to be here. He's late to everything," and they just write it off. Meanwhile, Shimada is counting down the time to quit, and as soon as it hits that mark, she bounces before the president or the head editor, the chief, can tell her, or no, he does get out. "Do you want to work overtime?" And then she's already gone. Yeah. So she has a good time at the amusement park, doing a lot of stuff, winning some stuffed animals. But while she's out, she gets attacked and taken by a kidnapper. The kidnapper requests money to get sent to him. And then he calls Ore Journal to have the arrangements for the money to get sent. And then it's decided that Shinji is going to go deliver the money. So he goes to deliver it, but gets attacked. And the kidnapper that attacks him is taken by a monster. So Shinji transforms and then goes to follow the monster and fights it. But when he loses it, he returns back to try to get Shimada. But as soon as he tries to wake her up, the police come in and then they arrest him. Shinji gets visited by everyone while he's in jail, and everyone's kind of giving him a hard time, which is pretty funny. And then a little girl comes to Kitaoka to try to request help, but he sends her away and says that he can't deal with little kids. Goro gives her a little candy and says he's sorry. Later on, Rin and Reiko come by to visit him in order to ask for help for Shinji. Kitaoka visits him in jail, and when he does, he sees Shinji kind of wince on his arm, and that's where Zoruda was attacking Ryuki during the fight. So he immediately realizes that Shinji is Ryuki, and then kind of files that away. Then when Kitaoka comes to the cafe being sleazy, but there's an attack from a monster nearby, and then he kind of perks up, and as soon as he does, Rin notice the monster. So when he runs out, Rin runs out after him and follows him, and then they both transform, and then Knight starts attacking the monster. But during the fight, Zoruda starts attacking Knight. He's just like, "Oh, yo, I'm gonna take this chance and attack you too." Yeah. But that's pretty much the end of episode 9. What did you think?
Yo, Shinji can't catch a break for like at all ever.
And everybody was on him, like giving him a hard time. Everybody but Yui, I think. I was like, man.
Yeah. I was like, yo, you guys are crazy. You think you really kidnapped a coworker? I was like, what? You just sent him with the money to get her. Why are you on? I was like, yo, that's insane. That's a crazy flip switch. But nah, it was funny. I like the fact that the characters aren't stupid. Like, you know, he noticed, he was like, oh, I attacked this one dude in his arm, and like he's kind of like wincing with his arm and stuff like that. He's like,
yeah,
you couldn't possibly be the same guy, could you? And then what is it? Like when he notices the monster, and then like they notice they're like looking at each other, and like, they go off. I was like, all right, cool.
Getting right to it. Like,
yeah, right to it. He said, not wasting no time. I'm gonna go ahead and try to take you out. Yeah, you focus on the monster and everything like that. I still love Auntie, you know what I'm saying? Her intuitions never fails. That's my girl right there. That's my dog. That's my dog. But but yeah, I feel like she's having second thoughts. She's like, man, I should not have invited none of these people to stay with us.
Yeah, when Shinji comes back, she does mention that. She's like, hey, you were supposed to come out here and help. And then he's like, well, Yui kind of catches it and she's like, you're hurt, aren't you? And then he's like, no, I'm fine. And then I think Ren catches it too, and he's just being a jerk. He's like, yeah, you can still help.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't this the one where like he was sleeping in the room and like he smacked him with the pillow?
Yeah, this is what I skipped over that, but yeah, Ren was having a hard time because Shinji's just passed out snoring, and Ren's like, he's got the pillow. I'm like, he's about to like smother him, and he's just like pop, and he's still snoring. So Ren is having a hard time. You might be second thinking that.
I was like, nah, they're best friends. I was like, they are definitely friends at this point.
Yeah. So that was pretty good.
Oh my God.
And then Nadeko's little thing at the amusement park was like perfect. I was having such a good time watching her just go to town.
Yeah, that was her. That was her friend. I like how she kept the bear the whole time too.
Yep.
Hey, oh man, that was funny. But this was good. And our dude who is helping out lawyer man, like the jack of all trades, he's just good at everything. And apparently he's like the Yuji of this universe. He talks to everybody. He's very reasonable. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Gentle but strong. Goro. Yeah. So overall, good episode. Let's go ahead and keep moving and hit episode 10, Knight's Crisis, Naito no Kiki. So we start off with Knight beginning to fight back, but they end up running out of time and then have to head back to the real world. Kitoka reveals that he knows that Ren and Shinji are both writers. Ren then reveals to Yui that Kitoka is a writer, and he's like, yeah, we should probably get Shinji a new lawyer. Kitoka then visits Shinji again and then starts recording his conversation and kind of gets him to make himself look guilty, because he gets him to talk about what he would do with the ransom money if he had it. Afterward, Ren and Yui kind of tell Shinji, hey, Kitoka is a writer and he's probably not trying to help you out. And then Ren says that he's just trying to help out because he needs Shinji to pay back his loan, and then just keeps jacking up the price of the loan while he's talking to him. Eventually, Nanako gets released from the hospital. As she's being released, she happens to bump into Kitoka, who is also at the hospital. And then we kind of overhear the nurses talking, and then we figure out that Kitoka is going to pass soon, so he's got something that's terminal. We cut back to the rest of the crew, and they visit Kitoka and fire him from being Shinji's lawyer. And then they also retrieve the tape. While they're there, the little girl is back, and she ends up being the daughter of the person that kidnapped Nanako. And then they take her with them. Well, Kitoka kicks her out of the house again, and then the rest of them kind of take her with them to the police station, and she informs the police because she doesn't want Shinji to get in trouble for something her father did. Also, Nanako remembers that she bit the kidnapper, so they look at Shinji's arm. First, she was like, you must have done it because you're holding your arm. And then Shinji shows everybody that he's not bitten. So with those two pieces of evidence, he gets released. Kitoka learns that the little girl's mother is at the hospital, and that she's trying to make 1,000 cranes for her mother. So it looks like he ends up paying for the treatment for the girl's mother. And as they're leaving the hospital, the rest of the crew comes to Kitoka and starts yelling at him. Shinji pops him one. Actually, Ren's about to punch him. Shinji stops him and then punches him himself. And then they start yelling at him. And then Yukari, I think is the little girl's name, she finally speaks up, and she's asked them all to leave her leave Sensei alone. So leave him alone. Hitoka drives off. Yukari kind of runs after him, and then Shin and Rin and Shinji run after her, and then we kind of hear the monster being close by, and then it's about to attack Yukari when the two kind of grab her, get her out of harm's way, and then they go into the mirror world to kind of attack the monster. So they transform, head into mirror world, and then we see Zoruda's final attack, which is a huge explosion. He basically calls a mecha, puts his gun inside the mecha, and then he shoots towards the monster, and it wipes out like everything around it. Almost catches Knight and Ryuki in it, but that's where the episode ends off, with a huge explosion, and we see them kind of almost get caught in the flames. What'd you think?
That was a crazy final advent. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I said, whoa, just a cone of destruction. I said, jeez Louise. Holy smokes. Oh, that's so cool.
Sure.
What? Is that the only one you have?
No, I have them all. I have the driver, the old school driver. Sure.
Oh,
So
that's really cool. Heck yeah. I gotta figure out where to find one. Maybe I gotta get one too.
This is like old. They think they re-released it though. So, but I think they have them separately. So you have to get all of the decks separately. The one I got was from way back in the day, and it was way pricey. Yeah.
Nice. I might have to look for Night then, since those are the only ones we know. Nobody cares about Beetle Man.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I like how she wakes up and immediately just thinks that Shinji was the one who took her just because his arm hurt. She was like, yeah, I worked with you every day, but
and she didn't even bite the arm. She bit the hand.
Yeah. That's all. I thought they were gonna do that, and then she was gonna look at his hand and see there weren't no bite marks and be like, oh no, it can't be him. But she was like, no, his arm, he did it. I was like, oh, you have got to be kidding me. I was like, of course Shinji will catch no breaks. But then he had like a huge bruise on his arm, and I was like, yeah, I guess that's not a bite mark. So
yeah,
I guess you would, bro. So I like that part. I think seeing what's his name? What's the green dude's name?
Zoruda, the armor? Oh no, Kitoka.
No, yeah, Kitoka. Seeing him kind of, I mean, I still like him. He's still kind of like a jerk, but him paying for the girl's mom's treatment and stuff was pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to say maybe he's coming around, but I don't know. Maybe he just feels bad for her or something like that. I don't know. But it was cool that he paid for it. I like how Shinji came out and he was on business. He's like, no, it's you. Yeah, I thought you were my friend. And he just punched him in the face. I'm like, yeah, Shinji. I was like, punch him again, do it. I was like, yes, let's go, finally. But that was pretty cool. Overall, it was a good episode.
Yeah, I like the episode. I think they pack a lot into their episodes. And yeah, Kitoka is he's somewhere in the middle. You obviously don't like him because he's going after the other two, but still, you learn a lot more about what he's going through, and it's like, okay, well, what's his arc gonna be? So yeah, I'm interested in it. And then having Goro around, taking care of the little girl, was really nice. So yeah, I liked the episode. I think it was really good. It packed a lot in. I liked it.
Same.
We can go ahead and move on to episode 11 though. The mysterious empty train. Nazo no Mujin Densha. We begin with Zoruda blowing everything up. His final advent attack. Ren gets back into the real world and has a headache, and he seems like he can't remember certain things from his immediate present. He ends up getting taken back to the cafe. And then he kind of sneaks out saying that he's going to try to go visit some places and get his memory back. Basically, he knows who he is, but he doesn't remember anything that's happened in the last couple months. And then everybody else also leaves. Shinji goes to track or to follow Rin to make sure he's okay. And Yui heads off to try to investigate her brother at the Seimei in university. Then they have a little gag with the aunt where she's like complaining that nobody's there and it's so busy when there's nobody inside the restaurant. And then like as soon as she says that, everybody starts piling into the restaurant and it's just person after person, which was pretty funny. But we go back to Yui and she's trying to investigate at the university. She tries to talk to a couple of people, but the people seem kind of fishy, like there's something they're not sharing with her. And then nobody seems to have any information on her brother or kind of know what was going on. We cut back to Ore Journal and Reiko is pissed off at Kitaoka, and then she adds him to her blacklist, which is apparently a bad list to be on. And then we see an entire train just disappear. Somebody had some noisy headphones in. And then it's 1 second he's there. And then the next second, him and everybody else in the train car is gone. Somebody tips off Ore Journal to that's what happened. And then Reiko goes off to investigate and finds an old man. She finds another train car where everybody disappears. And inside of it, there's like an old man that's just kind of mumbling and kind of runs away. Meanwhile, Shinji starts following Rin around and keeps running into people that are pissed off with Rin and want to fight him. A monster is sent close by, so Shinji transforms and then heads off and starts to fighting it. And then it looks like he destroys it in the end. Meanwhile, Yui is still kind of exploring at the university. She ends up in a library looking at some books and finds a picture of her brother in one of the books. And it has a label called Ijima Laboratories. And then the old man that we also saw from the train is inside the picture with her brother. Rin then starts to remember the moment, or he remembers the fact that Shiro gave him a card deck, and then we see him remember somebody named Eri. And then we cut back to Yui, and then we notice that this Eri person is also in the group with her brother and the other professor. And that's kind of where the episode leaves off. So what'd you think?
I think it's an interesting... I think it's an interesting device to use Ren's, like to give Ren like a slight, like a year gap in memory type of thing, to kind of give his backstory and like to give more character development for him, but to also kind of push the plot along about how everybody became rangers, about how everybody became riders and everything like that. I only say it's kind of interesting because we've already done the memory like lapse thing in the last season with Agito, so it's kind of like pulling the same card, but it's slightly different. So I give it to them for that. But I do like it. It helps to push the plot along, and it's cool to see, him kind of remembering bits and pieces about things that happened before he met Shinji and Yui. And also to just find out that he was just such a person that everybody just hated him and wanted to fight him for whatever reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was good. Hey, we have the amnesia thing again, and he doesn't remember everything. But I think they did a good job using it in order to give Ren his backstory. Yeah. And then they're also going into the lore of kind of what's happening in the show. So it feels like we're starting to answer some of those questions. And I think they've been doing a good job giving us action. and like throwing little hints in here and there about what's going on. So I haven't really been like complaining about not getting answers to certain questions. I think they've been putting the action in and some little hints and trying to get us into the whole writer situation, so that everything's been flowing pretty well. So I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I would say that too. For this season of the show, things are flowing pretty decently as well. I don't know what it is about these two seasons, this one and also Ninpuu or yeah, Ninpuu. They're flowing pretty well. I'm very surprised. Like I'm not normally I fall asleep pretty much like every single time I try to watch these things, but I'm not falling asleep as much. I did fall asleep watching this batch of episodes, but I was really tired. That's my only excuse. But other than that, though, I've been staying awake. I've been like really engaged in like watching them and keeping up with them. Like I'm actually enjoying these two seasons a lot, a
Yeah.
lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
So it's nice. And with the amnesia thing, it's like yes, they're doing the amnesia, but you can tell that they're not about to have it stick around too long because they're already giving him his like memories back and everything, like slowly but surely. So it's like okay, like this is just literally to get some answers from like just a way to get answers from how he ended up becoming a writer. And I'm just like, all right, I can let it go. That's cool. It's like I like the way you guys are doing it, so it's nice. Um, yeah, I mean, seeing the people disappear on the train was interesting too. I thought that was an interesting concept to use as well. Like the guy disappears, but like he leaves his headphones, then it's kind of like, how is the monster doing it type of thing. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. It's interesting. I wonder
Yep.
what's gonna happen with this guy on the train, but I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Yeah. Speaking of soon, we'll end off the week with episode 12, Ren Akiyama's Lover, Akiyama Ren no Koibito. We start off this episode with Ren also heading off to Main University. We see the old man that Reiko saw also has a seal card because he's walking through the town and he has a little card. Just like the one that Shinji had at the beginning of the series that kind of kept the dragon away. Meanwhile, Yui learns the lab had an accident. She finds somebody that knew of her brother, but he also says that he doesn't know anything, but that the lab had an accident. So all of the people kind of left the university. Then we end up cutting back to Ren kind of running into some more people that knew him in the past and wanting to fight him or have problems with him. They end up catching Ren, and then Shinji kind of runs interference so Ren can kind of leave and keep going on his trip to find himself and his past and his memories. So Shinji takes that, and then Ren kind of heads off to keep going to the university. Meanwhile, we learned that Eri was his girlfriend and that Kenzaki and Ejima were doing some suspicious experiments, and that she kind of requests for him to come pick her up on that day that they're going to have another experiment. So when he arrives to come and pick her up, we see that the bat is inside the laboratory, and then he sees Eri kind of collapse in front of him. And then we get another little snippet of Kenzaki giving him the card deck and being like, well, you could either kill me or you could do this. And we already know he took the card deck. Yui happens to meet somebody from the lab. And then he tells her that everything that happened was for her sake, that they did some... I already did that part, but they did some experiment and then everybody disappeared. The old man ends up dropping his... somebody on a bike runs into the old man as he's walking by in the city, and then he drops his card in the lake. and then he starts panicking and starts running. He gets to the university and then begins to get attacked. Rin and Shinji hear him getting attacked, come out, kind of pull the monster off of him. Then they transform and go into the mirror world after the monster. And then they end up defeating it kind of together. Yui is told by the old man before he collapses, probably dies, that kind of everything would have been fine if she didn't exist. And then he just kind of collapses, and that's all she gets. We end up with Rin, Yui, and Shinji driving back to the cafe, and then kind of Rin jumps back on his bike and then heads out. And then he ends up going to a hospital room, and then we see that Eri is inside that hospital room. And then he smashes the mirror because he sees Bat kind of in it. And that's kind of where the episode ends. What did you think?
Oh, man. One, Rin has a girlfriend and she's still alive. I'm like, what is Yui to him? I don't think we ever figured that out. I don't know. Is that like...
I think we did. Yui is a means to an end.
Okay. I was gonna say, because like they were kind of like making it seem like Yui was like his B thing for a second.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think yeah, the means to the end makes way more sense. I like,
because I think he gets really mad because he thinks Shinji's gonna get some sort of advantage for being close to Yui, so he wants to get in there and break it up.
Yeah. Well, it makes you then wonder what Yui is. Who is Yui and why? Why is she so important? That's the real question. And what does the dude mean? All of this wouldn't happen if she wasn't here. But like, I also wonder what's gonna happen to that guy's card. Like it's
Well,
just
it's
gonna
gone.
floating.
It's gone.
Well, I mean,
it's probably destroyed.
He's part of a writer's group. Somebody has to find it, right?
No, it was just the card. It probably got destroyed, I would assume.
I know, but it's a seal card. Like, I feel like those are important, like, in creating the writers, so.
No.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out soon.
Well, because the seal card isn't for making them. The contract card is for making them.
Oh.
The seal card is just to keep the monsters away.
Oh. Okay, never mind then. I don't know what I'm talking about then. I wonder if he had a contract card then. I don't know. There's so many questions.
Yeah.
that come with that. There's so many questions. But wait. How did Yui get the contract card? I just realized that she gave Shinji the contract card.
Yeah, she did. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
Wait. Okay, now I'm looking at Yui in like a whole different light now. Wait. Because like the only way I could think that she would have got it is like if Rin just had an extra one, but I feel like Rin would have noticed that his contract card was gone, so he would have said something by now.
Yeah, and I don't think he would have given one to her. Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe she has like a secret stash of like cards.
Maybe.
Ooh, maybe she's in on it. Oh, she's playing stupid. All right, we'll see how it goes. But I'm also wondering what happened to our green guy. Like he just came through, wrecked stuff, and disappeared.
Yeah, but I'm not really missing him. I think they needed to go into the past a little bit, so it's nice. It's fine with him being away for a little bit. Okay. I'm okay with it. He did what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he did what he had to do. He came, wrecked stuff, and dipped.
Mm-hmm.
He deserved a little siesta, a little break. I'm liking it though. I'm liking the show so far. I mean, literally, Ren has been on this whole thing of like, I have to take you out, Shinji. Like, there can only be one, and like they've been working together this whole time. So it's been pretty cool. I feel like he's changing slowly but surely. I wonder what's gonna happen with his girlfriend Eri now.
Yeah, I think he was, but at the end when he gets his memory back, I think his kind of attitude towards Shinji kind of shifts back to how it was beforehand too. So we'll see how it keeps going in the series.
Yeah.
Well,
we're gonna see, but I'm enjoying it so far. You?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Ready to go. I like the episode. I liked all of the stuff they had in there. They do a good job balancing, I think, the little funny bits with action and going into the mystery and what's going on. So yeah, I like it. The pacing's decent, so I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it's a good time to bring it up. I probably should have brought it up at the beginning. I did listen to the theme songs. Yeah, right. Ryuki, the Kamen Rider theme, way better. That's my number one pick. Yeah, that's my
Ryuki?
number one classic. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the three. Yeah.
Yeah. That's me. Yeah, that's me.
I like it. It's got a lot of images in it too that cause more questions, but it's good. I like it.
It's just bumping the whole time, man.
Yep.
Yeah, but all in all, this was a good week for episodes and everything like that. Even the anime was good this week, so I'm satisfied.
Well, the anime is always good this week. I don't know how it would be bad. Yeah, I think that's it for us this week. It was a good week for all of the shows. Catch us here next week. We'll be going through the next episodes of Rider and Sentai, as well as trying to get through JJK. And talk a little bit about our lives and everything else. So thanks for having us. See you next week. Once again, I'm superjollymac with DonTheVan, saying we may not always have time. We may not always have money. But there is one thing we do have a lot of. And that is
alternate reality nomies. We have one in JJK and one in
okay. I was like wondering where you were going there. Peace.
Yeah, I like it. They both have